Hello guys, we are back. The final is starting in a few minutes. Gaz and Mike will tell you everything about what's happening on the stream, but the final setting was also quite exciting. Matze, welches ist denn dein liebster Boulder aus dem Finale?
Jetzt fragst du mich aus dem Finale. Ich würde sagen, die Platte.
Die Platte von Sergio?
Die Platte von Sergio.
Okay. Und bei den Damen?
Bei den Damen, da habe ich gar nicht so den Überblick, aber da finde ich den Sprung sehr, sehr nice. Der ist auf der zweiten Wand von rechts neben der Platte.
Okay, vielen Dank. Matze? So, like Matze said, we have 8 final boulders, 2 categories, and it will be super powerful, dynamic, technical. We have a new addition to the final setting team with Sergio Vedasco, Melis, Akrapat. We have Anna Borella, we had Sophie Rauberger, Reini Fichtinger, Matze Konrad. I think we had more people, I'm forgetting a lot of stuff. So take a sneak peek what we did and how the finals could look like, because we will still do some tweaks before the final curtain falls and the final show begins. Nikki out, enjoy the show.
Good to be back here once again. The event where people from the general public get to compete against World Cup climbers on legendary boulders. We've had an incredible qualifiers and a semi-final, and now it is time for the final. I'm Mike Langley, and I'm going to be joined by Gaz Parry, 7 times British champion, multiple World Cup competitor and Arco Rockmaster winner. He's over in the studio here, just off to our side with a couple of legendary athletes. Gaz.
Thanks very much, Mike, and welcome to the studio. Welcome, Andrzej and Katja.
Welcome.
Sadly, we're not seeing you in the finals. I mean, we are quite used to you guys being in the finals and in multiple events. But Katja, how did it go for you? Obviously, you sat here talking to me, but probably not the best result ever. But
yeah, it was close actually. I'm sad that I'm not in the finals, but I enjoyed climbing the semi-finals round. Especially I like the slab and of course the last one. Yeah, I must say I didn't start quite well, so I was really happy to finish my round with the top.
With a bit of a high on the last boulder, yeah. And Andrzej, how was it for you?
Yeah, I'm also sad that I'm not progressing into the next round. I was more than ready, at least I felt super ready. I was climbing really well in the isolation zone, but I sadly couldn't show it on the mats. I kind of messed up the whole boulder with missing the zone hold, although I was falling from the top. So first time for me, and definitely a reminder for all the upcoming comps. I'll not make the same mistake.
So do you go away from this event with some ideas of what you really need to work on, or do you think it's just a mental approach for this event that let you down a little bit, maybe physical or mental?
No, I would say that the biggest thing to remember is to really look at where the zone hold is, so to make sure to have it if you're not topping the boulder. But apart from that, I can only have good things from this comp, because now I know that I'm clearly ready enough for the finals, and I climbed really good in the qualification round. So going away with a result like this is not like disappointing, but a really good mark on that all the training went well and that I'm ready for the upcoming comps.
I think, Katja, it's very important to come away with some positive thoughts from an event, no matter what the result is. I think if you dwell too much on what could have been, then it's not that great for moving forward.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with what Angel said, and I would say that from every competition you can learn something and, I don't know, gain some experiences for the next competitions, and yeah, I think I don't know, the 7th place wasn't bad either, and that I can go with a positive thought forward the season.
Cool. So what is next for you in the diary as far as, is it a little bit more training, or are you into a next event prep?
Yeah, actually I don't know yet, because we still have selection competitions or trainings for the World Cups.
So how long off is that now? How long
like in 1 week and in 2 weeks we have 2 more selective trainings, and after that I think I will know a bit more on which World Cups I will go. But I stay for this season. My focus is bouldering.
And Andrzej, what's next for you?
Yeah, also the same selection trainings, but at least I know that I'm going to China for the first bouldering World Cup. The problem for lead is that we only have 3 spots, and we would like everyone that qualified for the OQS to do lead as well, so one guy will not be able to do it, so we'll know that for sure who's that guy after 2 weeks. But apart from that, yeah, China World Cup boulder, hopefully in lead, and then coming back home and going straight back for the OQS.
I mean, the depth and strength of the Slovenian team is notorious really nowadays, and it's been a very strong team for a very, very long time. How does it happen? I mean, I think from all those outsiders, it's as though it's just some magic that occurs in Slovenia. It's you just keep churning out really good climbers.
Yeah, I think it's really hard to say what's the thing that makes us so good, but it's just been the tradition. Like we had really good climbing conditions for like in the past, and we have right now, and all the work with the athletes kind of progressed throughout the years, and that's what kind of made us good. We learned from each other, and I think we need to keep doing that, keep being motivated, work hard for the future to stay on the top.
Cool. Right, well, thanks very much for joining us on the sofa. I'm going to head back to Michael, and we're going to follow the competitors now. We're out on the mat, so thanks very much.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Gaz. Thanks, Andrzej. Thanks, Katja. Yeah, super interesting here. Hopefully we'll be dropping down to the wall very soon, because we've got athletes ready to come out of the wall here. 6 men and 6 women are going to be competing here tonight to go through to 4 incredible looking boulders. 4 for the men, obviously 4 for the women. And that is the scenes here at Studio Bloc, somewhat notorious now here in Darmstadt. Incredible competition, well, incredible venue altogether. Qualifiers yesterday was 80 boulders set by, I think it's around 15 route setters, lots of them internationals as well. Your top 20 counted, top 20 hardest blocks in as many attempts as you wanted. A little bit extra points-wise in terms for the flash. Semi-finals earlier was 4 boulders in 5 minutes on, 5 minutes off rotation, and the final is, of course, 4 minutes with the observation period beforehand. 4 minutes to climb each boulder. Climber number 6 comes out first, followed by 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st, obviously. Top qualifiers tonight from that Slovenian team in the men's category. Zan Sudar, just 26, only climber to get 3 tops in the semi-final round. And in the women's, so exciting to have the legend that is the 22-year-old Natalia Grossman from USA. First ever Studio Bloc Masters for her. Boulder World Champion in 2021. 19 IFSC podiums to her name already. 9 golds, already qualified for the Olympics. We're also going to be bringing you guy down on the mats, Nikki. Thanks to Nikki for a really nice intro to this show earlier as well. Nikki's going to be down right at the front, grabbing a couple of interviews as this final progresses. And if you've never been here before, this is actually our 4th visit, Gaz, to Studio Bloc. Seems to get bigger and better every time, but it's a super cool venue.
Yeah, thanks very much, Mike. That was a nice little intro for the guys out there and girls out there. I mean, this is one of the best events on the circuit, and it's a pre-season sharpener for the majority athletes here. It's going to be an excellent event on the mats, and we do have some seriously good climbers, as Michael already mentioned out there, and they're now being introduced onto the mat as we speak. Like Lucia Rakovic is first out for the women.
Lucia Rakovic from Slovenia out in that very strong Slovenian lineup that we just dedicated a bit of time to at the start there. Izia Martinez, 18 years old, from Spain, youngest competitor in this final. First in the overall IFSC European Youth Championships, Helsinki 2023, so she's really pushing towards the senior round now. Had a great semi-final round. Qualifying in 4th, Ayala Karem, no stranger to the Studio Bloc Masters, 22 years old. Interestingly, 3 climbers all at 22. Had that great 10th position at the Boulder World Championships in Bern 2023, Ayala. Someone who's going really well this year from Genova, Italy, Camilla Moroni. 2nd at the Dock Masters just a few weeks ago. 4-time Italian champion, bags of experience. And 2nd at the Boulder World Championships 2021. Into the top 2, and 2 really big names in the game. As you can hear it there, Jessie Pils from Austria, 27, oldest competitor in this female final. When we do the commentary for these events, we tend to gather some notes, gather some stats. Jessie Pils' medal table so large, we've just written down stacks of medals.
Bucket loads of
gold medals. 2018 League World Champion being one of the biggest trophies of them all for Jessie Pils. Winner of the qualifying round, winner of the semi-final round, winner of 9 IFSC gold bouldering medals, Natalia Grossman. Just 22 years old, along with Camilla and Ayala. Super strong. In the post-match interview in the semi-final, said she's really pleased to be here for her first ever time here at the Studio Bloc Masters. Says she's here for a bit of a chilled comp.
Yeah, it's just a...
One person's chilled, somebody else is very stressed.
Yeah. For some climbers, it's just a walk in the park, and for others, it's it's a boxing match.
Really, really interesting mindset there. Into the men's category, one of the big surprises from Germany coming out coming out first in the finals, but qualified in 6th place. Elias Aragada Kruger, 23 years old, from Berlin. Really looking to break into the big scene here on the IFSC. Guillermo Pinado, 18-year-old from Madrid, just to his right. Super strong youth career so far. 33-year-old Mikkel Mauem, Boulder World Champion. It's going to be out on the mats tonight. He qualified in 4th for this final. Had to really battle on the 2nd, 3rd and 4th boulders. He really pumped up for this one. And always puts on a good show. A fairly new name to some of us, Arthur Lebris, 21-year-old, first at the IFSC European Cup in the youth category. From France, really cool to see the French team coming back with a vengeance here this season so far. Philippe Schenk from Italy out next. Many excellent results for him. Great combined climber, 7th in the European qualifying combined event for the Olympics in Laval 2023. He'll be hunting down those OQS, the Olympic qualifying series positions, trying to get himself at the Paris 2024 games, but taking the top spot from the semi-final round. Zan Sudar from Slovenia, 26 years old, really strong in the semi-final round. The only climber to get 3 tops in the men's category. Plenty of top 20 finishes on the IFSC Tour for him as well. After this presentation, they will go into the observation round. 2 minutes to observe each of the boulders. So 2 minutes to check out each boulder. Women's number 1, then Gaz on the left-hand side of the arena here. Lots of toe hooks, very powerful, lots of shouldery moves.
Not many crimps. Not yet.
In general, in this whole event, I would say.
In the building, I think. Yeah. So lots of new holds, new designs that the competitors haven't seen at this event or at any previous event. So it's always interesting to be able to introduce new toys to the pool to play with.
Yeah, this boulder pretty fierce off the get-go. Gastons, or really shouldery moves, as you can see. Pull on with the right toe hook, roll over, do a bit of battling left toe hook, and then more shoulders and a really hard press. And the last hold, been reliably informed, is not a jug.
It's not as good as it looks. That pocket looks great from here, but
it's not good.
Yeah, we got the route setters to walk us through these boulders earlier on this afternoon when they were rebuilding them, and at that point they were still working quite hard on the sort of final prep of the boulder, tweaking some footholds, tweaking some jibs. A lot of work goes into this event. If you can imagine, the setters set 80 boulders for the tour, then the semi-final, then a final. That's a hell of a lot of work over a long, long week.
Yeah, men's number 1 then. Pretty conventional start, but just a big power smash up to a very sort of sloping dish with the left hand, and then an absolute journey from left to right. Lots of use of slopers here in the semi-final and the final round, but a lot of technical work across these volumes. Power smears and a really balancy and hard finish on men's number 1. That 2-minute rotation of observation has finished. Moving on to women's number 2 and men's number 2. Women's 2, there we are. Plenty of swinging and flying and smashing around the wall here at Studio Blockmasters this weekend. A lot of sort of parkour style inspired moves, running jumps, skate style. What other words can we use for them?
We went out on the mat and we did have a closer look at some of these boulders, and this one as well, it almost looks like one of those boulders you can walk across, you can balance the way across, but my guessing is it won't be possible like that. Yeah,
there's a very experienced route setting team here. I imagine somebody might try and just sort of try and step across and then fall into that zone. The idea is, as Nikki, I'll go on the mat to say a swingerling across the corner, smash it across and palm down on the zone as you catch yourself in that small screw on Gaston for the right hand. And then another dynamic move to finish, palm down on the top of a dual texture volume, right hand up to that finish hold, and obviously 2 hands in control on the top hold. In the men's slab, I have to say this is one of the hardest looking boulders I've ever seen in real life.
Remarkably devoid of holds.
Yeah, there's a few bad things for your feet and nothing basically for your hands. Running sort of mantle start looks absolutely horrific, and then standing up on some really bad smears. Zan Sudar there just demonstrating what we're talking about, sort of push into that starting position. Really steep slab at the bottom. Somehow stepping across. There's a small, just above Mikael Malm's head there's a very small but positive white screw-on hold. Equivalent of probably a couple of euro coins stacked on top of each other. Step through to that and it's absolutely miles to the finish. In theory they should be able to do it slowly, we've been told, but we definitely might have a bit of show on the last move of that. Women's number 3 then, Gaz, on the far left-hand side of the studio block wall. In the diagram there, the left-hand wall is not black taped, but as we go to the live shot, you'll see the big black tape, so anything on the left-hand side is out of bounds to stop them bridging up that side wall.
Now, when I saw this, it was the first boulder we looked at when we went out there, Michael. I almost failed to see how you could actually pull on this boulder. It just looked such an uncomfortable and close position, with the feet actually being quite close to your centre of gravity. It looked really hard just to pull off the ground, never mind to move out of that position.
Yep, root sets can back that up. Reliably informed, it is absolutely nails to get off the ground. Then pushing across to the right hand side gets very technical in the middle of the boulder. A lot of hand swapping, a lot of moving around. As we saw in the men's semi-final, the same bit of wall, potentially transitioning round to the right. 2 very, very poor screw-ons on the arete as a pinch very high up. And then an upside down volume to press into to finish that one off. Pure slab climbing. Absolute opposite of this one. Start facing the crowd, crouched under the roof, and sort of do a power punch to the volume on the underside there of that grey roof section before potentially a completely blind jump outwards to what was a jug, and it's now had lots of other screw-on jibs just sort of jabbed into it, so it's a one-handed swing.
Yeah,
then,
it's definitely got
remember
worse.
That Tom Cruise bit of Mission Impossible, where he sort of did that big crossover, Hollywood style.
Yeah.
That's what we're expecting under the roof of this one.
It's the Tom Cruise boulder.
So some guys looking like they're trying to read that, whether it's conventional backwards jump or it's a face out.
Yeah, you can, from this angle, you can see the fin hanging down and the guy's just putting the palms into it. So really does look like it'll be this facing out to the crowd position, slam into that palm and then jump out and round to catch the jug, or the blocked jug.
Didn't even get a chance to look at the top of that one, but the journey continues on that men's number 3 as we do move on to women's number 4. Men's number 3 was the Hollywood. This is supposed to be the women's version of a similar sort of style. 3 gigantic volumes on the overlap of this roof here, bringing the wall out even further, making it hideously steep.
This was being, I think the final finishing touches was again being put onto this boulder as we checked out the reset behind the curtain, away from the crowd and away from any competitors with prying eyes. And they were still tweaking and working on this boulder right up to the last minute of the curtain coming down.
Yeah, I have to say, both of us here in the commentary position, we do route set for competitions, as well as talking about them and the stress behind the curtain. To be able to make significant tweaks of handholds up to 5 minutes before the curtain pulls back is a very, very stressful situation. So the route set is really stringing it out, and hopefully that boulder works. Again, lots of spinning, potentially some campusing, feet first through that big steep section on the wall. And men's number 3 is their opportunity to do a jump. If this works, it will be a bit of an internet breaker. Jump out to the right to establish the first move before immediately swinging back left into a triple dyno. Couldn't read that myself, to be honest. Had to get guided through that one. So pull on, off to the right. Guys there just trying to figure out what all the holes are actually meant for. Lots of screw-ons just to block any opportunities for sort of crimping screw holes and things right at the bottom in that starting position. So in theory, jump out to the right. Bad sloping volume with chalk on it. You can see just above the guys' heads there. And then swingling back left. Got to stop using that. I don't like that swingling.
Where did it come from?
That was Nicky.
Oh, okay. Nicky creating his own new language there. Swingling.
Swingling left, swingling right. There we go, observation complete. Hopefully we will be going down to Nicky pretty soon down the front. Hopefully he can give us some energy from the front of the wall. Let us know what the vibes are down there.
There he is, there he is. He's got his thumbs up, Nicky.
It's out here, the final is about to start, and we are here with a few of the route setters. Sophie, this was your first Studio Bloc final setting ever, and we are in front of your boulder. Are you more excited or more nervous?
I would say that I'm really nervous. My hands are so sweaty because it's the first final boulder I set. But I think in the end I'm more excited because we tried everything we could. We tried to find all the cheats, and now it's up to the athletes to put on a good show on it. So I'm excited what they make out of the boulder.
Okay, thank you so much. Marlene, you tested and tweaked everything shortly, quickly before the final started. Which one is the boulder you're most excited for?
Oh, I'm really excited for the last women's boulder. We really did some tweaks in the very end, and if it works out perfectly, it will be a very, very nice boulder. Excited to see that.
I'm also super excited. Should we start the show?
Yes.
Okay, we are going to leave the mats. We will welcome the competitors. Have fun with the finals of Studio Bloc Masters 2024. Nikki out. See you soon after the finals.
Thanks very much, Nikki. Yeah, exciting moments ahead. And it was just fantastic to see such a strong female route setting team working on the mats today and working right up until the last minute of the event, making those tweaks. And it's a challenging situation to be in.
Oh, it certainly is. There's no sort of hiding from the fact that you've got 300 people stood there ready to see something, ready to be entertained. They've paid to be here. This is proper spectator sport territory. There's quite a lot of you guys online. We're expecting over a couple of 100,000 views right now on the internet, and it all comes down to those boulders that are on the wall right now that are put on by real human beings with real emotions. They're absolutely shredded. The fingertips have gone. They've not had any sleep, and this is a nerve-wracking moment for these guys, and we can hear in the background this final is just about to get underway. 6 men and 6 women are going to be going head-to-head to be the Studio Bloc Masters 2024 winner. Luchka Rakovic is going to get this underway for us. Super experienced Slovenian athlete. Going to go on the mats at the same time as somebody who's not so much experienced, but very exciting, Elias Aragada-Kruger. So psyched to make the finals. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, what a moment for this German athlete to be able to climb in front of a home crowd at such a big event. He will be absolutely buzzing. He had a great smile on his face when he walked out onto that mat. So here we go. Elias straight into this boulder, number 1. Locating the zone.
He's absolutely flying off the start line here. There's a sort of dishy slope that he's just jumped for there, and almost a little bit too psyched. Slightly different style for Luchka. So easy to slip on these dual texture volumes.
Yeah, I can imagine that handhold is pretty poor actually, because I remember looking at the foothold. The foothold on the right hand side is quite a good jib actually, but only reinforces how bad the handhold's probably going to be. A lot of setters will go down this line where they'll have bad hands, good feet, bad hands.
Bad hands, bad feet?
Oh, bad hands, bad feet. Whoa. That's the boulder on the right-hand side on the slab, always. Bad hands, bad feet. But it's because it's such a slabby slab at the end of the day. Well, both climbers have had their first attempt on these. Let's go back in.
A lot of the competition we'll hear at Studio Bloc Masters has a really steep start to it. The sort of whole meat of the middle section of this wall super overhanging, so you find a lot of these boulders, they tend to sort of be powerful out the roof and then journey off to the side. Ariella Kruger, that time so close. Sort of have to be quite specific. Route setters were saying it's a kind of low percentage catch to that sloping hold. It's like a sloping dish just hidden around the back of that screw-on volume.
Yeah, it was very close to holding that. Maybe the right foot needed to be a little bit further right. Hard to tell. Quite hard to see whether it really did get the sweet spot of the volume. He's got plenty of time on the clock though. Time to take a little rest.
Yeah, it looked like he's He's come out here in front of the crowd absolutely pumped, but just need to dial it back a little bit. Plenty of time.
Opportunity just to get some liquid chalk on the hands. Himself a nice chalky hand coverage. Alcohol cools the hand down as well. Here he goes. Third attempt.
Oh, yes. Great moment. Once you hit that hold, it's pretty much all over. Elias Aragada Kluger, 23 from Berlin. What a start. As Luchka starts to struggle on this upper section. Really deep press up and over the lip.
Quite a big move that. Really do need to get up on that right leg. Straighten the leg out a bit more, and 2 more inches and should have been in that next dish. She walks towards isolation with 1 zone. First go.
Amazing rotation coming up next. 2 Spanish athletes side by side. Guillermo Pinada, just 18 years old, from Madrid, and Izio Martinez there right in front of the screen. Also just 18. Both with great IFSC European youth results. Izio actually taking away the first at the overall European Youth Champs in Helsinki last year. So Elias's attempts on this first boulder, and the eventual top, did make it look pretty doable. Route set is really looking for that left hand to switch to a palm down so that you can get the distance to push into that next slope in volume. Pressing, pressing, pressing with the left hand there. This is nice.
This is looking very good. Got to go for the match.
Remember, it's not a jog, apparently. Ooh, that's definitely true.
Yeah. Yeah. I think she was probably expecting herself that last hold to be a little bit better than that.
Quite casually up to there, though. We'd have thought, not feeling very stressed. With 2 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock. Plenty of time there for Izio. Getting slightly spanned out on that sort of smash move with the right hand. Expecting the right foot to land, but with a little bit more control. Seems to be losing the left hand as he jumps.
Quite a lot of these holds in the final are actually new shapes. The climbers have not seen them before or climbed on them before.
I think that's really cool, and it's really important. That's why people come to events like this. Pre-season, pre-World Cup season, that's what we say, pre-season.
Also with them being white as well, the white holds in the final, you don't get to read the shape that well. It's not like you've seen a black hold with white chalk on it, showing you the sweet spot. These are a little bit harder to read in this colour. You can see there is texture, but you don't really see how good it is. That's much better this time. Very strong and stable onto that second to last hold.
Oh, interesting. Trying to just dial into the screw hole. She just needs to touch 2 hands in control, and the last hole can be anywhere on that volume. Quite deep screw holes on these volumes up there. We've seen a few people using them throughout the semi-final, just trying to essentially just reach it. Oh, sorted in the end. Fumbled around with it for ages just to try and stabilize. Eventually just pushed into the sloping top dish.
You looked for a minute or two that she was just a tiny bit short on that boulder, but actually it was absolutely bang on for her size. Good top there by Izia. Now all eyes on Guillermo. In for another go. He's still not got the zone on this boulder. .28 seconds on the clock. Just enough time for one last go.
At least try and secure a zone here at the moment. Nothing on the scoreboard for Guillermo at the moment. Pretty much instant replay of every attempt there. Bad start for Guillermo.
Back into isolation, try and collect his thoughts. Forget about that boulder and move on.
It was a real battle at the top here in the end, just trying everything to make that top move work. Looks like quite heavy taping on the middle finger of the left hand there as well. See how that plays out throughout this round. Michael Mauem from France, boulder world champion right now, and Ayala Karem on the mats next. Both guys absolutely storming it in the semis.
Certainly a big name on the mats is Michael Mauem. Absolute legend. And such a cool climber to watch. He's always got a try-hard face on him. Solid through that move to the zone.
Mauem opting for the hill there rather than the toe that we saw from Elias.
Really
super sloping.
Trying to work out a sweet spot on that volume. I don't think there is one. There is friction and texture. But there's no real sweet spot.
Oh, look at the techers there.
This.
The knee breaker.
He's probably going to spend a little time now looking at that boulder, trying to see if he's got some takeaways from that attempt. What can he do different?
Mentioned that Michael Mauem was the boulder world champion, Ayala Karem 10th at the World Championship, same World Championships in Bern to 2023. Really going well at the moment. As you can see on the scoreboard there, she has had 2 attempts. She didn't see those. Let's see now. Third attempt.
Nice move, shoulder to shoulder. Cross into that toe hook to be able to ride up that sloper and then into the dish.
That toe hook is actually quite interesting. Izzy wasn't using that at all. Trying to push from low and left. Oh, great stability in the shoulders. Powerful push across those volumes. Oh, really tidy work. Ayala Karem. Absolutely perfect.
Good start for Ayala. He's got plenty of time back in isolation now to rest up. All eyes on Michael. That's it, we're into the final minute now. Must have a good concept of what he wants to do on this boulder now. Letting the clock run down, pretty chilled.
Go big or go home territory here for Mikhail Mauem. Looks like he's, for a second there I thought he was going to go for the rock over on the toes rather than the heel. As we saw with Ilias. Not finding anything past that slope at the moment. Disappointing start for Mikhail Mauem.
Couldn't quite make it work with that heel.
Must be quite tricky coming out as world champion at a non-World Cup event. Lots of people expecting you to either win or do really well. Obviously, it is the start of a new season as well. We don't quite know where people are in their training cycles when they come to these events.
It's becoming more and more interesting in that it's much harder to be that person out at the front nowadays. There's so much depth and quality of climbers competing on the international circuit, and every year you seem to get like a new youngster who comes in and really mixes it up. And just for the seasoned competitors to keep pushing and improving as they reach the the latter years of their competition career, it's a really big ask. It's a lot of effort.
Next rotation then, Arthur Lebris, 21 years old, has got that first European Cup medal to his name alongside Camilo Moroni, who's been going so well recently. Second at the Dock Masters event, another sort of Studio Bloc-esque competition just recently. Seeing that a couple of times now. If it's getting pinned on the left-hand side, got to drop down low and right, push the hips across, start standing up into that next sloper. You saw Luchka Rakovic right over that foot and actually using the underside of those volumes to pull herself across.
I think you can see where the chalk has been.
And where she just pointed to, I reckon.
I think so, yeah. She's just like, oh, yeah, okay, I've missed that hold. So maybe see her next time going low into that side pull and then standing straight back up to the next hold. Arthur the first to pull back on. Arthur Lebris from France. Steady away through to that zone.
Looks like the slightly taller climbers are enjoying that move to the zone a little bit easier if you can hit the foot plant without too much rotation. This is where we saw Mikhail Mauem. Arthur trying to find something, opting to go off that right toe.
Yeah, he was choosing the toe rather than on the heel. We saw earlier on from Michael.
There's that sort of potential use of the undercut volume. Just clutching the knee there. Moroni as she dropped down. Pretty intense. Rock over on the right toe. A lot of force going through the right knee. Arthur Lebris taking his time, chilling on the mats, always a sign of composure. Not feeling too stressed at the moment, 21 years old. Interesting to see new names coming through to these sort of pre-season events. A lot of the big hitters here this weekend, but a lot of the big names missing out, even on the semi-finals as well. So for some of the young guns to come through, it's really exciting.
Quick brush for Arthur. 1 minute left on the clock. Both athletes stepping up to the wall. Probably the final attempt of their first boulder. Studio Bloc Final 2024.
After jumping off a right heel hook that time. Seems to work for him. Camilo Moroni really struggling in that position.
Awkward little slip there. Here we are. Arthur is still on the boulder.
Getting into the screw hole. That's a nice stand-up. It's going to be a real risk move. Oh, sticks it with just 12 seconds to go. Arthur Labrie, can he finish this one off? Oh, yes. Casual at the top.
Casual with a pair of screw holes in his hand.
Yeah, opted into using the top side of that volume. Looks like when you stick that dish for the right hand, it boulders pretty much all over. 2 rotations still to come on this first of 4 boulders. There's that catch. Once you hit that right hand, it is pretty much all over. So he's standing up on a really good positive foothold. No issues at the top at all.
Absolute legend walking out onto the mats, or running out onto the mats. Jessica Pilz, Austria, 27 years old. Still performing extremely well on the international circuit.
Philip Schenk, another Italian as well. Philip, just 24 years old. So close to making finals, well, with 7th position at the European Qualifier Combined Event Laval 2023. Really on form at the end of last year. Looking very casual on those initial sloping zone hold as well. Jesse Pilz, one of just a few Austrians here at this event. Quickly opting for that right hand undercut on the volume just to help transition the weight onto the left hand a little bit. Oh, absolutely easy for Jesse Pilz.
That was cruise mode up that boulder. Really, really nice to see. Working that left toe hook.
Must be
Absolutely really no stress going on there.
Camilo Moroni's literally just got back behind that curtain herself, and the next climber out has already gone out, done the boulder, come back, and that must start playing some mind games for Moroni back in the isolation area.
Yeah, it definitely is an art to be in isolation and to not be affected by what's happening out there. You've got to really focus on your own game. Some people just aren't affected by it. Some people have got headphones in. Lots of different ways, everyone's different.
Ooh, real nice method there from Philip Schenk.
Going for the quick 1-2 foot plant.
We're seeing that so much more with the younger athletes. So good at sort of moving fast across walls, sometimes getting around really, really hard moves by moving dynamically. Sometimes really skating with their feet across a section of volumes. Much more at home than the sort of previous generations of climbers moving fast.
Philippe back on the boulder.
Essentially staticking to that zone hold as well, not jumping up and rotating the feet. This time.
Wow, yes. That was amazing. How slow that whole movement was then.
Really nice.
Great show from Philip Schenk. But had a couple of attempts, and that third go was just, it was just so slow. It was amazing.
Yeah, he really knew exactly what he wanted to do and just focused on the execution.
Timing was perfect. Great demonstration.
Jesse Pilz warming up, seemingly. No hesitation on the finish hold as well. We saw from previous athletes, super strong on the stand-up move. Does put the pressure on the next rotation. Natalia Grossman and Zan Sudar. Natalia here for a chill weekend. A little bit of training before the big stuff starts this season. Absolutely crushing this weekend so far. If anyone were to put bets on this sport, Natalia Grossman, you'd definitely have her down for the win here today. So there is a lot of pressure on her shoulders to perform every opportunity she pulls onto the mats. And Zan Sudar, obviously being in the Slovenian team, as we heard from Anže earlier, and Katja Depovic, that it's just always pressure on the Slovenians to perform because the next best athlete is just around the corner. Natalia Grossman just looking quite casual on the foothold, but just trying to find something as Zan Sudar looks like he's on for the flash. Easy for both athletes. Simultaneous tops. Thank you very much, people. Let's move on to the next boulder.
Yeah, fantastic demonstration of perfection there from both athletes, Natalie and Zan. Super execution, super confident. Loads of time for them to relax.
Obviously, they've had that 2 minutes observation, but you haven't ever pulled onto the boulder before, right? So you still have to have a plan, try and stick with it. As you saw with Natalia Grossman there, couldn't quite find what she thought was the left foot option, changed it, and then just executed. No hesitation, no lack of confidence, climbing in front of thousands of people, yet still climbing. Such a cool mindset. Perfection on the wall.
That's boulder 1 done and finished. All history. Now all eyes are moving to further to the right of this wall.
Confidently leaped across to that sloping pocket. It's completely blind where the dish is on that right hand as well. You can't see it from the setup position. Lined it up with something else on the wall, pinged across to it. Maybe a slice of luck to catch it perfectly. First climbers on the second boulders then. Lučka Rakovic. Elias Aragana Kruger from after a ridiculously good start on the first boulder.
Lučka straight on, followed by Elias. Quick run and mantle onto the slab and swing ding-a-ling for the...
I'm not sure if that's a thing.
Swing a ding-a-ling across to the bell-shaped hold on the left-hand side. Lučka's first attempt wasn't too successful.
Very different style from the swing and jump of the women's to the men's. Very static, pure footwork boulder. After the hard mantle press start, she's actually making look quite straightforward, but it's this next section of trying to transition across these volumes. Ooh, look at how bad that is, and then just sliding down to that next toe hook. Oh, great leg power there from Elias. This guy's really looking the money tonight. And here we go, guys. You mentioned it, whether they would try this out, the go slow method. One thing the route setters are always dreading. They did faff about with that volume quite a lot right before the start to try and stop the athletes going statically across the wall. We heard from the route setters on the mats with Nikki just before, very nervous that this might be a thing. Crimping the footholds currently here, Lučka Rakovic. Route setters be a bit disappointed, there's no hiding from that. As in the background, Elias is up. Ooh, and he's down again.
I mean, even the first move on this looked pretty brutal, didn't it? Slopey palm down. Very powerful position, and then straight into some terrible smears and some hard footwork to get across the left.
What's going to be interesting now on the women's boulder, Lučka obviously would have put chalk over there on the left on those footholds. Athletes do tend to follow the chalk a little bit as well. Let's see if you're going to try something different. Or stick with that method. There's loads of different screw-ons on that volume down there. None of them are really designed to be held. They're sort of blocking, sort of slightly bent pieces of wood and stuff that you might be able to get something out of. Luchka clearly does prefer that static style. Pretty awful foothold, so it must be a bad handhold. Currently it's not working for us. You might be wise to switch it up and start trying the swing and jump.
Yeah, I did have a touch on that little jib that she was holding with the right hand. It's quite small, it's definitely not in cut. Now Elias making that step over to the zone. Nice and solid. Now he is eyeing up this last movement.
It's completely static stand up on that zone hold required.
Luchka back in the mix.
Interestingly, really hasn't tried the big swing and jump that much, fully committing to this sort of snail across the bottom of these volumes. Can she make it work this time? It's kind of now or never, really. Almost over-rocking over that left foot. Looks like she might be making it work. Does make it work. Used a lot of time in the process, but one more dynamic move to finish. What can she find? It's supposed to be a dynamic move anyway. Oh, just maybe rush that top section. Used a lot of time, Luchka. Oh, and Elias Krüger doesn't get it done either. Both climbers pretty much off the last hold.
Some interesting action there, Mike. Lots of different methods. Luchka opting for the low. I don't know, the low road.
Taking the low road.
The snail method. Definitely a slow way to approach that boulder.
A lot of route setters out there, commercial, professional, competition route setters will be watching that, thinking, oh God, they've been there themselves. It's so hard to make these things work. So much time and effort goes into trying to force climbers to do one thing, but competition climbers at this level generally try absolutely anything to avoid a low percentage move.
Well, got the two young Spanish climbers back out on the mat.
Guillermo going much slower into that first move rather than running and jumping into the press. Pretty hard way to start the boulder. Try and get the hips as close to the wall as possible to get up and over the mantle. Desperately try not to stand on your own fingers.
Nice, putting the heel on, moving the hand, flicking it to the toe.
Going left foot first rather than right foot. Route setters told me if anyone matches feet on there, they are ice cold, apparently. Super casual, just standing around on that stuff like it's ledges.
Yeah, that's quite hard to stand on top of that one with the right foot. I think you've got left-hand side of the foot with a bit of texture and the right-hand side on the no texture.
Easier. Let's see, she looks like she's preferring that sort of swing and press.
I think that's the case of trying to get the right speed on that move to get you enough speed to get you across, but then you want to be pausing the end of the swing to take that jib with the right hand. Too much momentum and you just keep going. Hard move to stop on.
That's much closer.
Yeah, a little bit slower.
Trying to keep that trailing right leg close to the wall, stop the rotation. Guillermo really struggling in that first move. Azia does stick the swing across. Much quicker method than we saw from Luchka. On the last move then. The jump into the palm down for the left hand on top of the slippery volume. Right hand, catch the finish hold. In theory, right foot stops you out onto the right just above the start hold.
This is a brutal press this way. Oh no.
Using so many beans just to try and get into the start position. Maybe a little bit of inexperience showing here from the 18-year-old.
I think it's quite hard to get a run up on that slab. There's not that much distance between the edge of the mat and the wall, so you've only got a couple of steps to get some momentum.
Yeah, you need to ask the crowd just to step back for a minute. I'm coming in!
Coming through! Both climbers back on, making progress this time.
Different here from Martinez, opting for the high feet. There's the slippery side of that volume, real risky method. Has potentially lost a bit of finger skin in the process. Immediately looked down at her hand. That might be the left hand that was taped.
She's looking at the clock. It looks like she is going to give it another go.
It's a very quick boulder if you do it in a dynamic way. Still time, 20 seconds. Hopefully you won't rush it.
That was better.
So smooth. Getting the Wenger from the crowd. Trying that high foot method. Let's go. 5 seconds.
Stuck it. 2 hands, 2 seconds left on the clock. What a fantastic finish. She's ecstatic with that one.
Amazing, the buzzer beater from Izia Martinez. Totally different method to what was expected. Right foot slammed on top of that slippery volume. Caught it with 2 seconds to go. Look at the left hand. That sort of juggy Gaston looks horrific. Puts the pressure on now as we move to the next 4 athletes on these second boulders. Ayala Karem is back. Mikel Mauem will be back. See what he can make of the slab. Previous athlete Guillermo Pinado, I think he'd never want to see that slab ever again, to be honest. He's not having a good time out there.
Mikel first underway. Stepping up onto that start hold there quite steadily. Black tape above him is marking out of bounds for the wooden beam in the roof. He has no handholds as he steps onto this first volume. Loses the left foot a little bit, trying to make the foot swap there.
Yeah,
heading out for that jib.
See what he's learned from that method. Obviously, we know, having seen some great efforts from Elias earlier, that it might be better to potentially step through with the right foot. That the matched feet does look like it could work as well. Really awkward start. Seems to be a bit of a theme, that slab. The awkward slab for the men's final.
Let's see what he does this time with the feet. Oh, he's going again with the left.
Obviously thought he was quite close previously, making sure he doesn't use the little holes in the wall, the T-nut holes for his fingers. That is not allowed. Just trying to rotate the left foot around to make space for the right. Very risky foot swap.
Wow, beautiful.
Such control.
Really nice. Lowering down onto that little jib, the white jib now with his left foot. In a position where he can take a moment, I think. Load it.
Extreme walking, this boulder. See, the head just nodded as he went for the foot swap there. Potentially just lost focus very slightly on the foot swap.
Straight back in, 1:30 on the clock. Plenty of time for him to put this slab to bed.
It's quite a slow boulder though, that's why he's not really rested between attempts.
Oof.
Lost a lot of rubber there.
Yeah.
New pair of shoes.
He definitely
required.
wants to give that a brush. There he goes.
Ayala getting on this swing and jump, trying to sort of pause halfway through that move. Sort of hold your breath as you go for the foot swap.
Oh, he's held it. He's done the foot swap. That's brilliant. Now he needs to lower down so slowly onto this little jib. Finds it. It's two extremes. You want a soft shoe for one triangle and then a stiff one for that jib.
Just indicating to the judges that he has secured the zone there. Very footwork in boulder.
Foot swap again.
Have to go down and touch the zone to get that point. It's close here for... Maybe it was the time pressure. Nothing for Ayala Karem.
Some great footwork in the end on that last attempt from Mikhail.
That was really good to watch. Heart in your mouth moments, really, as many times as Mao went foot swap there. Sadly, couldn't really find anything there for Ayala Karem. Didn't really get on with that move at all.
And from one Frenchman to another Frenchman, Arthur Labrie. There he is.
Camilla Maroney in the women's, trying something different straight away. Has got that second place at the Boulder World Championships in 2021, amongst many other great results at the IFSC, 4 times Italian champion, so she's got plenty of pedigree. Maroney also didn't really like the look of the swing and jump. There's another look now. Looks like they're not quite reading that swing and jump at the moment. We obviously saw from Izia that you can pounce all the way across into the final position, the zone hold all the way over to the left. Maybe it's that chalk that we mentioned earlier from Luchka Rakovic has put onto that little screw on that might be confusing them slightly.
Yeah, there was no chalk on that in observation. And when we looked at the boulder,
they're starting to wonder if it is possible to stop. But with such a little amount of time, just 4 minutes, you have to make quick decisions, commit to something. At what point do you start trying something else? Arthur eventually standing up on this slab. Going through the step through, the quick sort of stamp.
oh, he landed it nicely.
Strength
That
in your
zone.
big toe to be able to hold that position. He looks really confident on the step throughs here, Arthur Labrie. Oh no, the wobbler.
Looks like he didn't quite get fully flat on the slab with his chest. Left arm came out a little bit. And it just carried on taking him off the boulder. Camilla back on. That's a little bit better.
Just goes for the sort of lander.
The low land.
Method number
There we
3
go.
on that jump. I actually quite like it when there's different methods emerges on a boulder. Not everyone does it in the same way. Shows different athletes, different abilities. This is the right foot method that we've seen. High risk. Looks like she's going to try and do it statically. Camilla Maroney, one hand on the finish. Yes! Makes it work. That looks like a better method.
Great top there from Camilla.
Marta Labrie looks really confident on the slabs at the moment, has to be said. Trying something slightly different this time, rather than the step through. Previously stepped through to that volume with his right foot. Going to go for the foot match this time, a bit more control. Such composure, let's go. Oh, an absolute display of slab climbing technique from Marta Labrie. 21 years old, such composure in front of that crowd.
Yeah, super impressive. I did doubt it for a minute when he was swapping feet on that textured volume, but he just made it look easy in the end. Camilla, solid to the top of women's 2.
If in doubt,
Great
power
work.
it out.
There we go again on the replay. Really easy on that step up.
Really nice, just cheeks just touching the wall, keep as close to the wall as possible. Penultimate pair out on next on the second boulder then, Jessie Pills and Philip Schenk. Isolation zone is just behind the big screen. You can see to the right hand side of the guys there. They're going to know that things have been topped just by the reactions from the crowd outside. Jessie historically would prefer to generally have a look at some static methods, but times have changed a lot since Jessie was competing. Obviously has had to adapt to the dynamic style. He's got really good at it.
Philip a bit unsure as to which foot to go with first. Chosen that left foot first. This is the hard swap. Couldn't quite land it.
Just searching around, it just looks like there could be multiple different methods now, with chalk all over that lower volume, all over the footholds. Philip looking to back up his impressive send of boulder number 1. Going for that quick 2-step.
Hard to land. Doesn't seem to have quite hit the jib with the toe either on the left foot. Jessica Pilt's back on for another go.
Seemingly actually a bit closer with the full dynamic method.
Good a camera angle to see how bad that first triangle on the black volume is and what a bad angle it is at.
Yes, easily in the end for Jessie Pills. Really got the trajectory of the legs facing where she wanted to go. Direction of travel was perfect that time. Let's see what she makes of this top move. Seemingly not immediately obvious when you get up there. Will she go for the big cross-through method or the high right foot? Having a look. That's what the route setters were wanting. That's how it read to me. Obviously we've seen it's not necessarily the most intuitive method when you actually start pushing through that right foot, high right foot.
It's the last minute for both climbers. Jessie's got that first move dialed now.
So smooth.
Quickly through that.
Different method potentially here from Jessie. She was not happy with the previous method, felt nowhere near it. She's going to try. It's going to have to happen now. Goes for the left hand cross through, palm down.
Philip, meanwhile,
stomp.
managed to land it and hold it.
Going to have to move fast now on a very slow slab.
Oof, good foot swaps. He needs to move. 3 seconds on the clock.
Nothing for Philip Schenk. Not quite sure what's happened with Jesse. We missed that, sadly.
We couldn't quite see what happened, but it sounded like she was close, listening to what the crowd was reacting to.
Maybe we can get a replay of Jesse on that last attempt. There we go. Looks like she did go for the match on the left hand, like we've seen successfully on the other. Shake of the head, probably because I think, how did I try that before? Must have been really close on time there from Jesse. Thanks to the team here for grabbing that replay. Since the final athlete's out on this second boulder is Natalia Grossman. And Zan Sudar right in front of us there.
See how quickly Natalia learns this movement. 2 goes, a bit closer.
There's quite a lot of similar footwear choice here for the guys on this slab at the moment. Super softs.
Super softs, yeah.
Really pushing the heels down and the rubber really do the work.
Really need to get some major contact on these slopey volumes.
Zan Sudar moving quite confidently at the moment. Really little hesitation on his terrible foot swaps. Interesting if you can make that work. That would be some serious leg power. Ooh, maybe just rush the stand up.
Natalia with the high foot now, chalking up, doing the match. Big move for her to the top. Solid with one hand. 2 hands. Big smile.
Real nice from Natalia Grossman. That sort of awkward match that they're now doing to top that one. Does end boulder number 2. Lots of different methods in the end on that one. A couple of interesting storylines. According to our scores at the moment, Jessie Peels hasn't been given the top on boulder number 2, so that may have been out of time. We knew it was going to be close, but didn't see it live.
Zan back on. He's got plenty of time on the clock to do this. He's come pretty close already. You can really see how bad even that first hole is, how slopey it is. That first hold. Cross leftwards. Triangle, triangle, jib. It's great this, you just don't need to watch the climb, you just need to watch the feet on this boulder. Come on!
Goes fast! Heartbreaker at the top. Opted not to foot swap on that zone triangle. Went for the quick stand up to finish, and it's sort of a sloping left hand. One-handed screw on at the top, cannot go quick to that. Yeah, just to go back to that, Jessie Peels not given the top. Shake of the head must have been because it was out of time. Izzy Martinez, Natalia Grossman, the only 2 with 2 tops at the moment in the women's category.
Zan is back on now, 34 seconds on the clock.
Having looked so confident on this, he's starting to fail he's going to have to move fast here. He has touched the last hole. This would be very infuriating if he can't finish it off. Clearly powering out in the shoulders a little bit on this mantle press. It's going to be really short on time now. It's not going to happen, most likely. Everything, wheels are falling off everywhere here for Zanzibar. Wheel spinning all of a sudden on the first volume. Oh, it's going to be infuriating.
Yeah, I think he'll be a little bit angry with himself on that boulder. He really did look like he had it in his pocket, but couldn't quite close it out.
Must be so frustrating as a competition climber to be so close to things, knowing that you can't just go back and try it again after a coffee like you can when you're doing climbing day to day or outdoors. It's now or never. And it's going to be never for Zanzibar in terms of this final second boulder. We move on to boulder number 3. This competition halfway through. Natalia Grossman. 2 tops in 5 attempts, 2 zones in 5 attempts. Isia Martinez, currently sat from Spain in 2nd place. 2 tops in 10 attempts. Jessie Pills with that 1 top. Well, technically she's done 2, but the second one was out of time. Camilla Maroney down in 4th, Ayala Karem 5th, Luchka Rakovic currently in 6th. Arthur Lebris, the young Frenchman, currently in 1st place, 2 tops in 6 attempts. And then Zanzibar, Philip Schenk, Elias, all with 1 top, followed by, very disappointingly for him, Mikkel Mauem, 5th, Guillemot down in 6th. Still wide open though, 4 boulder final. So, women move down to the far left-hand side, a very different style. They move on to the slab, where the guys move on to the steep stuff.
I'm expecting quite a showy boulder here for the men.
Luchka gone for the rebound off the wall for the first attempt there, a bit of a slam. Seemingly laughed it off and has another go. This is this sort of Superman press and blind jump here now from Elias. Blind jump out to the...
Blind inaccurate as well. That's quite a small hold in between those 2 jibs.
Yeah, it's almost a pocket feature created in the end. It's definitely blind because you can hear just jumping. It's just going to do that basically. Find something that it lines up with.
Now he's trying. Now he's stepped in there. Yeah, trying to get it lined up and to see it from the perspective he will be in underneath the roof, and then locate the hold. Completely blind. Let's see how accurate he is this time. A little better, seemed to hit it quite well. Maybe not quite in.
First look at women's number 3 then. Luchka Rakovic, currently down in 6th position. Another really technical bit of slab climbing. Lots of body position, a lot of work on the toes. To transition off to the right-hand side, that's the move the route setters are looking for, the catch to the zone with the left toe. Nice from Elias. What's he trying here? He's just gone full Hollywood all of a sudden. That'll do. It's not what they had in mind, but it works. Only 50% of the way through the boulder, really, though. A long way to go.
Not just a long way to go along the boulder, a long way to go up to that next hold. Upside down volume with a little jib screwed on the no-tech side. It's going to have taken some energy out of his tanks as that. 1:20 on the clock. Not a great amount of time for both athletes to rest now.
Luch cannot secure the zone just yet. Been quite close, as we saw in a previous attempt. This is the jump that we just missed, so ends up catching it pretty smoothly in the middle in the end.
Here we go again. Elias lines it up into that slam dunk quite easily that time, fast on the switch. Into the two-finger undercut.
So much quicker through it that time, but it's got to be with only 36 seconds on the clock. Miles, absolutely miles, and gassed out. I feel like the qualities yesterday's semis is starting to take effect, so it gives an opportunity to focus on Luchka. Can she secure the zone? Body just rotates away from the wall as she pings across to that scrum. Slightly disappointing final so far, unfortunately, for Luchka Rakovic.
Volunteers are in straight away, brushing those holds, ready for the next pair.
Really exciting to see Izzy Martinez back on the mats. Totally stomping the second boulder. Currently setting in second position, just behind Natalia Grossman due to attempts to tops. Great work from the young Spanish athlete. Showing great composure at just 18 years old in front of this big crowd. Such a good close-up view of what this boulder number 3 really has in store. Sort of tensiony slab work with a risk move going over to the right-hand side.
Another lean across and toe catch, hits the toe, hits the zone really well there. Amazing first attempt this. You're climbing really well, great composure on this boulder. Switches around the arete.
It's looking great. From the IFSC Youth Champion from 2023.
Looks like she needs to find the right place for that right foot in order to get the left round the corner. She has done. Onto that pinch.
Stand up. Not an easy finish though. More powerful leg work. Let's go here. Come on.
One hand on the finishing hold, 2 hands top. That is an amazing flash.
Great work from the 18-year-old, showing proper class. Youngest athlete in this finals by at least 4 years. 3 tops already, piling on the pressure on Natalia Grossman. Looked so controlled all the way through that boulder. Zero hesitation on that top section.
All eyes on the one athlete on the mat.
Guillermo Panada, also young. Spanish sending a really good squad of young climbers through to this one, trying different method altogether, essentially just launching himself into the floor there.
We've not seen him on this boulder yet, and so don't know whether he's tried the facing out method.
Struggled on the route reading a little bit of the previous boulder as well. Observation's always so interesting. Missed it at the time, but maybe there could be a language barrier. Other athletes might know each other a little bit better, a little bit of advantage discussing things as a unit.
Clock's ticking down.
Looks like he's going to stick with that face-in method. He's going for sort of this mad flying Gaston with his left hand.
Yeah, the backhand undercut.
That would be a new move. How intense it is out there. Front rows are basically knees on the edge of the mat, packing everybody in.
I think, yeah, he's just showing his youth a bit there. Not really trying to change the method.
All a bit lost there from Guillermo.
I think when he
stand
sees
up with no hands there, that's really impressive. Using that left toe drag. Never really looked in doubt on this point here. Just sort of clawing away at that right section of screw-ons. Tidy work. Ayala Kerem, Mikhail Mauem out next then. Ayala Kerem down in 5th place at the moment with 1 top. Mikhail Mauem also down in 5th. Got to start bringing some tops. He wants to get on with it.
Yeah.
Come on guys, let's go. Hasn't really been able to get his teeth into any boulders yet, Mikhail Mauem. Stuck into it, pull hard. This is the opportunity here.
Ooh la la, he'll be thinking that hurt my back a little bit. Wiggling his right shoulder.
Really fierce push into that. Doesn't like it at all.
Yeah, he didn't want to go with the...
Got to be a little bit careful pre-season. You don't want to wreck yourself for the upcoming events. Kerem nicely through that starting position.
I mean, obviously these athletes are pretty tired as well by this stage. Big tour yesterday, semi-final this morning.
Being a bit taller, it looks like he's really hitting that right hand palm full force. Quite uncomfortable through the wrist, through the palm, and obviously in the shoulder and back.
Over on the left-hand side now, Ayala starting to make some progress.
Now eyeballs it. Eyeballs it, then missed it by a country mile.
Completely blind, that jump around the roof. Still loads of time. Well, sometimes the magic can happen in those last few seconds. Mikhail really needs to pull something out of the bag here. Oh, that's a little bit closer.
Interestingly, being quite a bit taller there, Mikhail Mauem. When he jumps, he's really got to hike his legs up a little bit so they don't scrape across the mat.
Yeah, it's quite close to the ground there.
Let's have a look this time. Really frustrating move. Ayala Kerem just keeps hitting the zone but rotating out as the toe hook drops in. It's really sloping side pull at the zone hold. Izzy Martinez made it look pretty positive, to be honest with you.
Yeah, she did it quite easy, that move. Doesn't mean it is, though. Ayala's back on again. Just needs to catch that toe. Oh, that's a little bit better. She's letting all her body go to the right, and it's just carrying her off. He's really not got his bearings on where that hold is over the lip that you can't see. He was a mile away from hitting it then. Both athletes really struggling with these boulders at the moment. That's more like it. The crowd goes wild to that.
Got a hustled here now. Oh, saves it.
Oh, look at that. 2 fingers on that volume.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Oh, Ayala Karam snuck up on us with the top.
What an amazing top there for Ayala.
How did that come from?
Match, I think, with 3 seconds left.
So many buzzer beaters on this round so far.
First top for her on the third boulder. Here we go with the replay. We didn't quite see this move on the zone.
Great work.
Magic.
Keeps herself in the game. Pushes herself into a medal position there. Ayala Karam with 1 boulder still to go for her.
Landed on that mat with the clock next to her saying 2 seconds.
This is going to be interesting. Arthur Lebris already with 2 tops. Find something here and this could be all over. And of course, Camilla Moroni looking to go big here. Currently down in 5th position with 1 top in 7 attempts and just 2 zones. But currently 2 tops gets you on the podium. Arthur Lebris on an absolute fly here at Studio Bloc.
Pretty close to hitting the hold then. Like we said before, it's completely blind, but yeah, he was over the top of it.
Really good positive start from Moroni. We know this is really the move though, the move of the boulder. Left toe doesn't quite find the underside of that volume where it needs to be. Sometimes those toe hooks just take a number of goes just to feel where the toe should be hooking. A couple of surprises not making this final in the men's competition. Root setters were quite nervous that this men's number 3 was too hard. Kind of set it for a slightly different caliber of athlete. But opted to pretty much leave it as it was. Real quick turnaround between semi-finals and finals here at the Studio Bloc Masters. Really eyeballing that toe hook, really has to try and line it up with something. Much better.
A little look down. Gave her a little help, I think, to finding it. Press with that right arm to release the toe hook now.
I'm really looking for a slightly different method here. The high stand up, that's really nice. Potentially pushing herself into 3rd here, depending on the number of attempts it's taken. Can she finish this one off? Yeah, really nice technique. Great experience shown there from Camilla Moroni.
Yeah, that was really well climbed. Thinking all the way through the boulder. Making the right decision.
Yeah, right decisions at the right time. Have an attempt, think about what went wrong, make the required adjustments.
Arthur opting for the facing in method. And it works for him.
This could be huge now for Arthur Labrie finish this one's off. He finishes the comp off. 1 minute to find something in this top section. Nobody has really secured anything past the zone. This guy is really on fire here at Studio Bloc Master Zone. Really awkward sort of drag of the 2 fingers of the right hand looks horrific. Just sort of snap it out of the letterbox as well, just looks grim.
Yeah, and it is a big move as well up to that next hold. It looks, that letterbox he's got his fingers in is pretty sloping. As soon as you start to generate up, you're going to lose friction on that bottom hold. He's going to have to be fast on this. He's got 16 seconds on the clock. Can't get the jump again.
Needs to walk away from that, save it for the last boulder because he's really in the hunt here. Arthur Labrie. As I say, that boulder looks ridiculous. Really pulling there on the right heel, pushing with the left foot. Great slab composure from Camilla Moroni. Nicely done.
Yeah, really nice boulder that. I think that positions that you had to find to make it work. You couldn't just go with power. You had to find the right body position, the right foot, and the left foot in the right places. Compression. Hold that press and get the top. Really nice climb in there.
Two more rotations still to come on the third boulder, then Philip Schenk, Jesse Pills out next. Philip Schenk currently down in 4th position, 1 top in 3 attempts, 2 zones in 5 attempts. And Jesse Pills down in 5th, but both categories are still really wide open. In the women's though, it is a chase to catch up with Izia Martinez, the young Spanish athlete with 3 tops already in 3 boulders. Jesse just being held here. That might be the good old-fashioned comp wall clock meltdown.
It's never happened before, that, Michael.
No, I've never seen a clock break at a World Cup. It's always amazing how complicated climbing can be, and it's the clock that stops things, but it does get going. Can be a bit tricky standing face to face with so many people for Jesse and Philip.
I'd like to say that I'm expecting Jessica to get a top on this, and that was the curse. That one move into that toe hook is quite hard to find. The left-hand side of the volume sort of cuts away. She was really close to hitting it well. Very quickly back on for Jessica and off again. That's better.
Seemingly have no issues getting through this initial section, so she won't be too concerned at this stage about this toe catch, I don't think. Probably knows that the route setters have put on quite a low percentage, high risk move.
That's much better, caught it then.
Left toe doing a lot of the work to hold that move together. Philip has worked his way through the underside of that roof section, but nobody getting really anywhere on this second half of the boulder at the moment. Let's see what Philip Schenk can make of it. As Jesse Pills looking really in control at the moment, opting to stay on that left-hand side. This is good from Jessie, keeping herself in the hunt here. Can she finish it off? It's not totally over with the feet. Ah, yes. Superb, as always, from Jessie Pills. That was interesting from Philip as well. He actually went over the top of that screw-on. It's like a really bad sloping screw-on crimp. You're obviously moving super fast with high feet to hit it as well.
Taking a moment to chalk up and eyeball the sequence again. Breathing quite heavily there. Took a bit of effort, that attempt. He's only got 1 minute on the clock now, but he does have to pull on, otherwise he's not going to have enough time to climb the boulder. Into the press.
Is currently in second place here, but Arthur Labrie is above him with 2 tops already. Would be pretty big time if he manages to get a top here. Must be pretty special to do this in 30 seconds though.
Philip Schenk calls it a day. Makes his way back into isolation with time still on his clock, but not enough time to climb a boulder of that style and that level of difficulty.
Never really looked that much doubt this boulder for Jessie Pills. She looked confident as soon as she pulled onto it, really. Just had to keep things together with the footwork. Jessie Pills looking like the full package of skills going into the IFSC season. Final rotation on this third boulder then. Zan Sudar sitting in 4th place at the moment. But a low scoring round, it's possible to shoot up the leaderboard. Quick top will put him into a provisional first. Natalia Grossman.
Yeah, this could be a big change for the men's field. If he can pull it out of the bag.
Natalia actually in 4th at the moment. He's the final person to try this third boulder. Be a big surprise if she didn't do it, to be fair. Struggled on the slab a little bit in the first boulder of the semi-final. Really technical slab. This one's a little bit different. Oh, easy.
Yeah, good technique there. Just little reach down, just to check where the good spot of that volume is. Nailed it really well.
Jumped into the high foot as well. Absolute display here from Natalia Grossman. Look at that left heel, how much flex there is through the ankle to push through, keep the heels down, friction through the shoes. A rapid top from Natalia Grossman.
Super solid there. Really impressive skills.
So quick. It's like
Zan Sudar
gets it sorted. It looks like he's heel hooking on top of his fingers at the moment. It's never going to be a nice place to be. Try and get those out of there. Oh, that looks grim.
He's released the fingers, rolling over to get the zone now. Looks like he's got some beans in the bank for this. Did that release quite well. This is a move. We've not seen it done yet.
Interestingly, switching the left hand to the far right hand side of that crack feature. Getting himself in the best possible position. Well, that was close. Second time's a charm, maybe. Getting the fingers really deep into that lock.
Oh. The jib on top of that volume looks absolutely diabolical. Looks so bad. And it's such a long way to get to it. Going to take a little bit of time now, I'm sure, after that attempt. Takes a look at the clock at the left-hand side of Zan. Let it run down a little bit. Hopefully probably put in one last big attempt on this boulder.
See, he was really thinking about that next move. He was quite interesting hand positions there on that sort of, what to call it really, it's not really a crack, but sort of a capped ledge, quite awkward. Fired up for that next screw on a couple of times. This is going to be it for Zanzibar. The clock run right down. He's currently sitting in second position. Does he have enough time to finish this boulder off? Nobody progressing past the first half of the third boulder.
And nails the jump, completely blind jump that. Needs to move fast, 20 seconds on the clock now. He's into the zone. Everybody wants to see him to the top of this boulder. Remains unclimbed.
10 seconds. Not going to happen. Boulder was too hard this time. Close call for the route setters. A couple of guys just really tickling that next screw on, but nobody really looking like they were going to hold it with any conviction. It does bring the competition down to the fourth and final boulder in both the men's and the women's. Currently Natalia Grossman first place with one boulder to go, 3 tops in 6 attempts, 3 zones in 6. Izia Martinez, hot on the hills, also with 3 tops. Jessie Pills behind them with 2 tops. Arthur Labrie in the men's, France, currently in first place, the only climber with 2 tops. Zanzibar, Philip Schenk and Elias Arriagada Kruder, all with 1 top. Gonna be a super close final, guys, this one. Super interesting so far, a varied set of boulders. But that men's number 3 just a touch too hot.
Yep, it was a touch too hot. I mean, it's quite hard to gauge who you're going to get into the final. Maybe they were expecting somebody of a slightly higher level, but then chose not to tweak the boulder. Didn't seem to be playing around with that one too much when they were putting it back on. But that move up was a really big move from that slot, and nobody could get it. Some quite close calls.
Final action then for Elias Arriagada Kruger, men's number 4, potentially new move territory, and Lučka Rakovic from Slovenia. See what she makes of this sort of crazy section on women's number 4. Will she go for the feet first, the campus through? Oh, what a move that is. Super exciting finish here, hopefully at the Studio Bloc Masters. Route setters taking big risks to finish this one off, looking for a big show. Spectacular finish. Jump out right to jump back left. I've seen it work, but only on social media. Haven't seen it in a comp as far as I can remember. Especially not Studio Bloc Masters.
Especially not into a slot.
It'd be super cool if it works.
Looks pretty spicy, going back left, pulling on, jumping right.
No doubt the Japanese team are doing that for breakfast, but we'll see how this lot get on with it, as this is a super cool move as well. Come on, let's go. It's a powerful cross under. Elias from Berlin still can put himself into a medal contention here with a top. Probably not going to be able to win this one with the number of attempts that he's using up. My God, that looks difficult. Such a large amount of moves going on in one go there. Luchka's boulder doesn't look any easier, to be honest. Absolutely savage finish here to the Studio Bloc Masters. Cameraman nearly took one in the grill there. Oh, the campus cross under is classic. Luchka not quite managing to make her mark on this finals yet. Down in 6th position, 0 tops, just those 2 zones at the moment.
Elias is getting closer and closer with this. Ooh. That was better. 1 minute left on the clock. Steps up again. Bit of a dry fire on that. Very, very close.
Elias going all the way to the death. 35 seconds in for Luchka with a big cross on the... Oh, sticks it. Oh, no. What a move. Such power. The lock-off strength there from Luchka was incredible. Looks like they're both going in for the final action for them at the Studio Bloc Master. Elias thinks he's at the soft play at the moment, I think. Bouncing around all over the place.
Both climbers giving it their last attempt.
Great show though from Luchka Rakovic. Elias Aragada-Kruger.
Elias making headway on that boulder, step by step, but there just wasn't enough time and there wasn't enough power in the arms to make it happen.
Luchka walks off the mats with 3 zones here tonight. I think she'll be pretty happy just to get the season underway with her first finals with such a stacked field. Back to Slovenian camp, as we heard in the pre-show. They've got their selection event still to come before the first World Cups out in China. It's going to be super interesting now. Izia Martinez already 3 tops, really keeping the pressure on and going toe-to-toe with Natalia Grossman here tonight. Izia just slightly behind on the number of attempts required, 11 versus 6 when it comes to those 3 tops.
Yeah, this is a really big moment for Izia, the youngster, to really put a stamp on this final and take it.
Take it down
Natalia.
To the wire. Exactly. Such different levels of experience between Natalia and Izia as well. Interesting, the route setters have tried really hard to make sure you can't match that. The women's division especially known for trying to find a match absolutely anywhere they possibly can. Solid with the right toe hook. The match didn't look pretty, but it's very functional. Izia just really sort of climbs naturally, just flows. Looks like she's going to drop into a figure of 4 there for a second. How to unwind out of this now.
Oh. Good
foot above her head there, like but really 3 meters off the mat.
Good fight. Back to the men. Guillermo flying across the wall.
From that shot there, we can really see that first move is a jump to the right and then the 1, 2, 3 all the way to the zone on the left under the beam. Is that the way it's going to go down? Super stern finals here tonight, that's for sure. Pushing these athletes pre-season to the absolute limit. Izzy Martinez, can she keep it together here? Currently in first position now with that 4th zone. A top would be massive. We should try and match this one and end up in the same position as last time. Yes is the answer to that. The piano match. Not really what the route setters were looking for, but might work. Some sort of weird foot lock between.
Oh, she's held it.
This could be incredible here from the young Spanish athlete. Just 18 years old, the top holds good, the penultimate holds good. Izzy Martinez to pile on the pressure to Natalia Grossman. 4 tops, what a round. Unknown to many before this competition got underway. Izzy Martinez, the youth world champion from Helsinki 2023, walks off the mat. 4 tops in 13 attempts. We said it was going to be huge to top the 4th boulder. Piles on the pressure on Natalia Grossman and does get it done.
Yeah, what an amazing performance from the youngster there. She was super happy with that. Guillermo calls it a day.
Not his finals.
Walks off the mats, checking his skin. It's probably all gone now.
He's looking where his tips used to be.
They're behind you, mate, on the wall.
What a battle this was. Absolutely brilliant. The boulder was really about the midsection. She found her own method. Took the root setter's beta, screwed it up into a ball, ignored it, and just came up with her own stuff on the fly.
Big smiles there.
Ayala Karam then, 5th place at the moment. Best she can really do now is a top here for 3rd. Before the other athletes try and chase down those final podium positions. Mikhail Mauem currently in 5th place. Does this within 3 attempts, so he could move up a place, but it's not been his night tonight, Mikhail Mauem.
Not his night, but will this be his boulder? Not with a start like that.
Ayala Karam looking for the big cross under campus. For more of a swing rather than a high left foot that we saw from Luchka. Luchka standing outside left foot on that starting big sloping sort of soapbox shaped hold. The guy's just pinging about all over the show at the moment. Nobody looking like they're getting anywhere near that move.
Sometimes these movements take quite a long time to unlock. The direction of force, body movement, the legs. This looks a little bit better.
What's interesting about that is the right hand volume that they're jumping to is so bad that they immediately have to go into the next move as Ayala Karam getting much closer that time. Now, normally with a jump out, if there's a hold that you have to swing off, it's usually fairly positive that you can generate in the right direction with the right momentum, but there Mikhail Mauem has very sloping hold, so he's immediately pinballing back to the left. See how bad that sloping volume is. He's found a bit more technical way of doing that first move, but immediately bounces. That's close.
Yeah, getting closer. In that 1, 2, 3, had you head back left.
This time, come on, Ayala.
And one of them's a slot.
Oh, power! What a move.
This was the way we saw them testing it at the last minute.
Oh, just drops the foot out of the way to get the hand. Al Karem looking to finish this competition off in absolute style, and does. Superb all the way to the end. 22 years old, backs up that 10th at the World Championship in Bern last year with a great start to the 2024 season. 3 tops for her. Shoots up into 3rd position at the moment. Does put the pressure on Natalia and Jessie. And Camilla Moroni. It's coming down to the wire, this one.
Mikhail Makar back on. Oh, he just... I think they might need to move that GoPro.
He's so close to that. He's absolute car crash on the mats there.
Yeah, that'll be some good footage, that. Incoming!
Crowd absolutely on their feet here for Malwin. They want to see this move go down. GoPro stays where it is.
Starting to get the measure. Come on, Michael.
He looks absolutely cooked. His goose is cooked.
He's going again.
Going in for another one. What a show from Mikhail Malwin. Nothing left. Absolutely nothing but a great effort.
Waves to the crowd. Crowd very appreciative of his efforts.
Stays down in 5th position. 3 climbers still to attempt the last boulders. Arthur Labrie for France, Philippe Schenk and Zan Sidar in the men's. Camilla Moroni, Jessie Pills and Natalia Grossman to finish this one out. Pretty good training all in all, good weekend, trying fantastically set boulders here, and that's part of the reason these athletes really do come to the Studio Bloc Masters, is to get sort of warmed up pre-season.
Yeah, it isn't just about this semi-final and final, is it? It's all about the quality of the boulders they're also climbing. The whole tour is amazingly set. New volumes, new holds, new moves.
Getting in front of the crowd again,
yeah.
Piling on the pressure. For the last time then, this weekend, Camilla Moroni from Italy, after Labrie. Arthur, it's his to win this competition. 2 tops, 3 zones. Only climber on 2 tops at the moment. Tops this, again, he wins. It's a big ask though.
Yeah, Arthur sitting there in 1st place at the moment. Young climber. This might be the sort of thing that's up his street nowadays.
Slightly different starting foot position there from Arthur. Looks like he's going left straight away here, trying something different. Chinned himself on that 1st attempt.
Oops. Camilla Moroni now ready to do this cross through. She's looking to put the feet out first. No.
Oh.
Solid through there.
What a move. Whoa. Just goes for the catch root, so it's a block the left-hand side of that, just to force you to go that little bit extra.
What a move. Straight out of cliffhanger.
Movie levels of quality, that move.
Yeah, yeah. But real.
No CGI here.
Those climbers taking a little bit of time. To run run down the clock.
We're only currently in 4th position with 2 tops. Ayala Karem, who we've just seen just above her with 3 tops. Top this quickly, could put herself in provisional 3rd. You can really see the fatigue starting to set in. Arthur trying to completely ignore that right-hand side of that move. Kind of fancies just going straight to the left-hand move.
Yeah, it looks like he considers that thing on the right to be a foothold, not a handhold, regardless of the chalk. Camilla back on.
Cameras at the ready. Sort of swing and a campus. Again, looking so cooked.
Yeah, she looks tired now. Legs going on that mat. It's been a long weekend already.
Very, very long. 4 hours of brutal qualifiers yesterday. For most people, that requires at least 3 or 4 days of rest to rebuild the body. But these guys have got to go into a semi-final, then a final. I guess realistically, she knows she's not going to win this one. Playing for pride a little bit here. Could squeak a bronze medal potentially. Getting close though on attempts now.
Camilla back on the boulder, the crowd really giving her some support.
Total fade out now. She's totally done, but it's been amazing to watch. Camilla Moroni from Italy. Arthur Labrie finishes the 4th boulder, still in 1st place. It's going to be close. It's going to come down to attempts. Zan Sudar has the potential with this one, as does Philip Schenk. Arthur Labrie, 2 tops, 3 zones, 2 tops in 6 attempts, zones in 11. Zan Sudar on 1 top, as is Philip Schenk, but a low number of attempts. Nobody securing anything on boulder number 4 at the moment, so a zone would be massive. Jessie Pills down in 5th place at the moment, 2 tops for her.
Philip Schenk now out onto the mat as well.
Jessie will be looking for that bronze medal potentially, assuming Natalia Grossman does well on this boulder. Possibly a safe assumption, but also a big assumption. It's a hard move through that midsection. What has Natalia got left? But for now, it's Jessie Pills to try and push for a podium place.
Really digging that right hand in. You can see that isn't that great to hold with the right hand. She's really crimping hard on it.
That was close. How on earth did Izzy Martinez match that hold? Philip Schenk, the door is open for him to walk through here, but he doesn't look really awkward. Wanting to go for the high foot. Again, not really looking rightwards at the moment. It's just chalk everywhere over that huge starting feature now. It's really hard to read what's what.
Jessie back on. Drilling the fingers into that slot for the right hand. That's much better.
Jessie. Power. Strength.
Oh, just went a bit too far.
Yeah, over.
A couple of fingers off the texture.
Overgassed it there. Hit the blocker on top. That's what those holds are designed for. Blocking that feature, so you can't just slap to it. You've got to maintain accuracy. Keep the lock. Philip's trying something entirely different here. You know what they say, guys? If in doubt, face out. I think said no coach ever.
If in doubt, pull harder. Doesn't work on this boulder because I don't think there's anything to pull on currently.
That's grim.
It's quite a long way to the first hold.
Oh, the little run and hop.
Actually hold.
Did he actually touch that with his left hand, starting position? Come on, Jesse.
Jessica back on, drilling that right hand into that quite small crimp. One move done. Yes. She hits it this time.
What a boulder this is. Let's go, Jessie. For provisional second. Nicely done. It's a great show from Jessie Pills. Absolute class. 2018 lead world champion. Looking to add more medals to her significant trophy cabinet.
Well, it's amazing to see the depth of talent with somebody like Jessica, who's been on the scene for what feels like years now, but still being able to compete on the bouldering scene at a really high level. But more commonly known as a lead climber. That was so close this time.
I think he's on for the zone here, Philip. Crowd just lifts all of a sudden. They want it to go down. 15 seconds.
Foot slip. Got one more attempt, I think.
Could put himself in second with a zone.
Oh.
It's going to go in with 5 seconds. Oh. Give this guy another couple of seconds and he would have done that move. It's a great effort from Philip Schenk.
Big smiles on his face. He's pretty happy with that, I think.
He's going to stay in third. Zan Sudar now, the final climber out, is the only one who can top Arthur Lebris. A top would obviously give him 2 tops, but 4 zones. As Natalia Grossman will be out last. Jessica Pills with that top puts herself into the silver medal position. Guaranteed a medal now, Jessie. Another medal. Natalia Grossman needs to top this in less than 7 attempts. Put my money on a flash. If I had any money, we'd put it on a flash anyway.
Final 2 climbers on the mat then. This is the closing moments of Studio Blockmasters 2024. Are we going to go out with a bang? Natalia quickly into action. Looking super strong through that first move. And again, the second one latches it.
Close though. A little bit baggy on that hole, but gets it together in this last section. Natalia Grossman, a different class so far here this weekend. Rocks it out somehow off a high left hill. Natalia Grossman, first time at Studio Blockmasters. First win at Studio Blockmasters with the flash. Absolute talent, absolute class.
You could see, watching her facial expression, she was having to dig deep on that last and final boulder, but it was still within her range. And a fantastic top there. Completion for Natalia Grossman's final.
Sets up the IFSC season for another round of Natalia versus Janja, which we're really looking forward to seeing in the Olympic year. Natalia already qualified for the Olympics, won the Pan American qualifying event. She goes through to Paris in August, which is looking really tantalizing already. No doubt will be competing across the mats at the IFSC at the World Cup's lead and boulder as well. Natalia, 4 tops, perfect round really for her, as it is Zan Sudar. Oh, he's paused a little bit. This is good from Zan. Manages to slow that section down. This is massive.
Such a hard move back left, 1, 2, 3, and number 2 is a slot as well. So it's really hard to paddle through that.
Needs to top this to catch up with Arthur Lebris. Arthur has been in first place from the second boulder. Only zones secured by anybody on the third boulder and nothing. Blank score sheet currently on the 4th boulder for everybody. Last climber out. 1 minute of this competition left. He's got good composure over on the right, but the next move still looks brutally hard on its own. To be honest, I think this boulder could start up on the right and it'd still be hard enough.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
"30 seconds. Time to produce some magic here from Zan. He just sort of slips into that first move. 20 seconds. Now or never.
Went straight to the slot, hoping to get to the zone.
Route setters have got this one really close. It's unfortunate for them it hasn't got done so far. Maybe some magic in the next couple of seconds. He'll be out of time, but maybe he'll have a go at the move anyway. Not happening, nothing on that boulder for any of the 6 male finalists. Actually so close. It's easy to sit here and say, oh, that boulder's just too hard. Couple of guys so close to stick in the zone hold, Mikko Malm especially. Zan Sudar walks away from this one. Couldn't catch up with the young Frenchman Arthur Lebris. A surprise for many people going into this final, a new name for some. Wins the Studio Bloc Masters along with this incredible athlete, Natalia Grossman. For those who are just getting up and amongst the day over in the USA, Team USA smashes the Studio Bloc Masters.
Natalia showed no cobwebs in the competition. From a winter of training, come out, smashed 4 boulders, and really dominated this competition this weekend. What a great performance.
Great show here at Studio Bloc Masters as the hard-working team put together the finals podiums. Nicky is on the hunt down at the front. There he is.
Here I am down at the front where they put up, all the banners. Watch out, here. There's the stage. And here is, for the first time ever, congratulations, Natalia Grossman, for winning the Studio Bloc Masters 2024. Are you happy about the round?
Yeah, like the pressure was on. I knew I had to do all the boulders, so I was really proud of my mental state and that I was able to just stay calm the whole time.
What about the powerful boulder? Did you find a powerful boulder you enjoyed during the finals?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the power. I think I was most psyched on the second boulder, just because that's kind of something I've been working on lately, is more of the swingy, jumpy kind of thing.
Do you think you have any weaknesses except for the swingy, jumpy thingies?
Oh yeah, but I'm working on them, so.
Okay, but you don't want to tell me?
No.
That's all right, that's all right. Tell me about boulder number 4. Did you have any, like, what were your thoughts during observation or after observation about boulder number 4?
Yeah, looking at it in like the preview, I think I was most psyched because it just looked powerful. But I have to say that after all the rounds and like climbing for 4 hours yesterday, to end on a powerful boulder, I could definitely feel a little bit of fatigue, but it wasn't enough not to do it. So I was psyched.
A little bit of fatigue. So you will win 4,000 euros, which is more than at any IFSC World Cup, as far as I know, you could win.
I didn't know it was that much.
They told me 4,000. If it's not 4,000, then I'm in big trouble. But I'm pretty sure it's 4,000. What else is happening this year? The highlight is already over, but I heard there's like something else might be coming up for you.
Yeah, the Olympics. A lot of people have been asking me about it lately, but honestly, before coming to Europe, I hadn't really thought about it. Not focusing on it too much, just enjoying the present moment, training to become the best climber I can be, and we'll see where I'm at in July or August.
We wish you all the best, and just one last question. Will we see each other again next year?
I hope so.
Here, I mean. Okay, enjoy Paris, enjoy the winner ceremony. Thank you for joining us here. Natalia Grossman.
Thank you.
And now I got Arthur here. Please join me, please join me. Arthur, Nikki, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
Wow, so very good. How I can bad?
Arthur, tell me a little bit about yourself. How old are you and where are you from?
So I'm 21 years old and I'm from Massy, near Paris.
Oh, beautiful. And when did you have the idea to come to Studio Bloc Masters and win this competition?
I always want to come here, but it's always on the weekend with the French selection, so I can't come here. But this year it's perfect timing, so I will come and see what is this competition.
And can you tell me now, what is this competition like? Is it good, is it bad, is it just 4,000 euros, the biggest pool of prize money, bigger than the IFSC comps? But tell me, please, tell me, what do you feel now?
I'm very, very happy, amazing competition. The format of the qualification is very good, I love this. And for semi-final, it's good for me. I climb with my style and no, I don't. Yes, I climb like I said, and just enjoy the competition.
What's your favorite style? Slab climbing?
Me, yes, I'm not bad in slab climbing, and in physical, it's okay.
Did you have any favorite boulder out of this round?
Sorry?
Any favorite boulder out of this round or the semi-final? Pick one.
Competition. I don't remember the semi-final, but in final, I love the first one.
The first one?
Yeah.
The first one.
Yes.
And
for the show, the last one is very good, but I didn't move, so...
Did you not see the hold on the right side? You didn't use it?
Oh yes, I tried one time to jump, but it's so bad for me, so I try to just jump directly on the zone. Too far for me.
Well, it was definitely enough for you to make you to give you the win. Will we see each other next? Will you come back here next year?
Yes, of course. I will come next year. If it's possible, I will come.
We will talk to the French Federation about the selection process and that they will reschedule the selection process because Studio Bloc Masters 2025 will be quite big and important. So you will be here. Any last words? Anyone you want to greet back at home? Your parents?
Yes, thanks to my parents, my sponsor and my entrepreneur for all this job. It's amazing.
We want to thank you for the great show, for the great climbing. Congratulations again and see you again next year. Arthur.
Thanks for the competition.
Thank you so much. Bye. Whew. Honestly, I thought I was dead inside, but like this final just woke me back up, gave me goosebumps. I still got goosebumps over here because the setters took quite a big risk. It's a difficult round. It was a difficult round. Men's boulder number 3. the end, Reini was a little bit like the MC on stage, was like, how is it supposed to be? Don't worry, there will be after competition videos showing you the setting process, how the setters intended each single problem to be climbed and how they went about to set the problems. Women's number 4 was a big risk. I was so happy that the setting team took the risk. We've seen one really incredible, difficult, almost impossible hand swap. How did she swap her hands on this little crimp? Great boulder, even with this method, but like the way the other women campused the move as boulder number 4, so spectacular. I think there are a lot of boulders we will never forget or not forget in the next few months, maybe until the Olympic Games, maybe after the Olympic Games. But for sure, we will try to top this level in 2025. And for now, I'd just like to thank all our sponsors, La Sportiva, Climb Poles, Lamsbräu, T-Wall, Bloc Matting, Kletterkalk, Valantic, Climb Lab, Fraport, and the whole team for setting up the competition, the venue, all the staff members working 3 different bars, all the cleaning team. It looked amazing up in here. The streaming team upstairs, the MCs, the jury, Reini for hosting the on-stage moderation, the route setting team, the stripping team, the light crew, all the photographers and cameramen, and I think, hopefully, we can give it back to the ceremony now to Reini.
Thanks, Nicky. Good work out there. Amazing, not easy. And Gaz, been amazing fun. The presentation just about to start. Final word from you?
Yeah, it was fantastic to be here again and witness such amazing performances. I mean, this event just keeps getting better and better and better, and we look forward to next year.
From us here in the studio in the commentary position, good night for now. Stay with us for the final presentation.
Und das ist der Moment, wo ich euch die Leute nochmal zeigen möchte, die hier für den Routenbau verantwortlich waren. Wir holen sie zu uns nach vorn. Das Routenbauer-Team der Studio Bloc Masters 2024. Ich bitte um einen Applaus für den Chef im Routenbau aus Österreich, Reinhard Fichtinger. Außerdem da ist er. Einer des einer der wichtigsten, der immer wieder für die Gewinner zuständig ist. Alle unter ihm, in seinem Team, sind ebenfalls eingeladen, zu uns zu kommen. Applaus für Robert Meissner, Anna Borella, Matze Konrad, Melissa Krepar, Sergio Vendasco, Sophie Grauberger, Erik Heltmann, Marlene Kappes, Jake Mason, Jascha Herbert, Andreas Ahrhammer, Philipp Bonchev, Manuel Wiegel, Frederike Traut und Mauro Schwasta. Unser Routenbauer-Team in diesem Jahr. Vielen, vielen Dank. Rützender sind hier. Thank you very much. This was great work. All over the weekend. Eine fantastische Arbeit über das ganze Wochenende. Vielen, vielen Dank. Das sind sie, unsere Künstler, Handwerker, Kreativköpfe an der Boulderwand. Jetzt gibt es die Siegerehrung der Studio Bloc Masters 2024. Wir beginnen mit der Siegerehrung der Herren. Er hat mir was zugerufen, ich habe es vergessen. Der Herren auf dem 6. Platz für Spanien, Guillermo Peinado. holt uns unseren spanischen Athleten on the 6th place from Spain, Guillermo. Einmal zu uns davon. Vielleicht kommt er gleich. Wahrscheinlich ist er hinten mit der ISO und auf seine Seite. Ach, ist er. Hello, place number 6, Guillermo. Einmal. On the 5th place from France, our world champion, Michael Malem. Auf dem 4. Platz, sobald ihr ihn seht, schickt ihr ihn einfach zu uns nach vorn. Landete aus Berlin, Elias Ariagalan Krüger. Kommen wir nun zu den ersten 3 Plätzen auf dem Bronzerang. On the 3rd place from Italy, Philipp Schenk. Überreicht werden die Präsente von Bloc für das Studio Bloc sprechen. Auf dem 2. Platz, on the 2nd place, from Slovenia, San Sugar. The winner of the Studio Bloc Masters 2024 is from France. Make some noise for Untitled Chapter. Die besten 6 Herren des Tages, die besten 6 Herren des Wochenendes. Bei World Cup for Everyone, den Studio Bloc Masters 2024. Aktuellen wie Sansunar und Philipp Schenk. Das ist das Wichtige. Durch unsere Sponsoren und Unterstützer gibt es dieses Preisgeld. Trotz der Veranstaltung, die besten Herren beim Studio Bloc Masters. Vielen Dank. Kommen wir zum 2. Siegerehrung. Zur Siegerehrung der Damen. Auf dem 6. Platz für das slowenische Team. On the 6th place for the Slovenian team, Lučka Rakovic. Auf Platz Nummer 5, on the 5th place from Italy, Camilla Moroni. Denn es ist nicht schützig her. In Österreich ist Camilla Moroni. Auf dem 4. Platz, on the 4th place, from Israel, Ayala Kerem. Mädchen on the third place aus Österreich. Ein Regenklapp für Jessica Pilz. Danke Sie noch nicht. On the second place, from Spain, our new Weiss Studio Blockmaster 2024, and it's a pleasure for me because on the second place from España, Isia Martinez. Heute die Belohnung vor der ehemaligen Weltmeisterin und mit diesem Scheck in der Hand, Isia Martinez. The gold medal and the winner of the Studio Blockmaster 2024 comes from the United States. Make some noise for Natalia Grossman. Diese Frau war einfach nicht zu schlagen. Die Goldmedaille und der Titel Studio Blockmeisterin 2024, gewonnen Studio Blockmaster 2024. And the category woman goes to Natalia Grossman. Thank you for the show. Thank you for the weekend. Nicht nur unseren besten Damen hier vorne, allen, die hier gewesen sind, allen, die mitgemacht haben. Danke für dieses fantastische Wochenende hier in Punstadt. Danke Studio Bloc. Danke, danke, danke. Damit endet dieses Wochenende. Nicht nur der praktische Teil, auch der emotionale Teil. Ich wünsche euch allen eine schöne Zeit, einen schönen Sommer. Kommt gut nach Hause und an dieser Stelle verabschiede ich mich. And I say bye bye till the next competition. We will see. Macht's gut. Auf bald. Euer Reini. Ciao.
That was Studio Blockmaster 2024. Great show, great competition. No more light anymore. Ah, there's more light now for me. So thank you all at home for watching. Come over here to Studio Blockmasters next March 2025, 8th time. Thank you for watching, competing. Everyone, send us your thoughts, your comments. And my name is Nikki and I'm out.